final podcast before Ramadan and our last podcast before the break. So here tonight with me we have Abdullah Patel. Welcome, Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum guys, Jazakallah for having me. I'm glad to be back.
What do you mean having you? I mean you're the podcast crew, so you're like a regular.
Yeah, I
It's
guess
the
I don't know.
expectation is that you're there all the time.
I gotta say something when I come on.
And we have the one and only comedic relief from Salman Azmat. Assalamu alaikum.
Yo, man, don't pay me as a clown.
I didn't say you're a clown. By the way, your voice and your mouth your audio and video is not synced, so you're like anime right now. Yeah, exactly.
Is it working now? Is it working?
It's a little off sync, but we'll make it work.
That's fine.
And then we have a special guest tonight in our GM from Suburb, Bilal Moeddin. Welcome, Bilal.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. Thanks a lot for having me.
Walaikum wassalam.
Honored to be a guest tonight.
As you should
Thank you
be.
for joining. Yeah.
Well, it's weird. It's weird not to see you with the helmet on,
Oh yeah?
or with the hat,
I don't wear a hat that often. I feel
Really?
like Abdullah is always wearing a snapback or like a fitted. Not me.
True.
That's true. It is more weird to see Abdullah's hair.
Yeah.
All right,
Wait.
so why don't we get started? What?
Wait. Before, if we're talking about hair quickly, I mean, there's a comment that says Buddy needs to shave his stash. How do you feel about that stash, Bilal?
I like it.
You
It's
got
like Austin Matthews.
Too? Yeah. well,
I'm
that-
trying to look like Austin Matthews so I can play like him. 80
well,
goal
man,
season.
Listen, we saw that goal this week, so yeah, it seems like you are already. But anyway,
It was just a
back to you,
tip in, but thank you.
Bilal. Still counts.
All right, guys, let's get started here. So with this, we'll start with the recaps from this past week for week 7. Game 1 was, surprisingly, it was a Suburb playing, and they had a 2-1 win over Taqwa. So Bilal, since you were in this game, why don't you tell us what happened?
Well, the game, it went well, and 2-1 wins always good, but it was about as close as the score shows, right? It was a 1-goal game, and Taqwa played really well. I think I want to say they stopped us in shots. Like I think they outshot us by a lot. Yusuf Kapoor kept us in. The whole season he's been our MVP. He's been playing hard. But yeah, all 3 lines for us, all 3 forward lines, D lines, we were good. We got off to a slow start. And yeah, the last goal, I think that was the one that was posted on the Instagram. You could see Ahsan Wasif wins it back to Imran Lakhanpal. He passes it to Sufyan Sheikh, and that shot, man.
That was a nice shot. Although
it
the
was a
goalie
really
should have
nice
got
shot.
that though, right? Like the goalie had the glove right there, but it just
I don't know if he was screened or maybe he just couldn't see it, but yeah,
Yeah.
like it was a really tight game. It was Taqwa's first game, right? Adjusting with Adil Patel, so maybe there's some growing pains there. But yeah, it was a good game from our end. Not our best game, even though the record is perfect. All our habits aren't. So yeah, still much work to do. But
Wait,
A lot of love for Kapoor here in the chat.
yeah, like he's been our MVP this season. I think he got back-to-back shutouts earlier this season, right? Yeah, he's been playing really well. Abdullah, I know you play with him, right? York Phantoms. Like you know how good he is. Yeah.
But Bilal, I got a question for you though. I mean, it seems like everything's clicking. You're 7-0 now, mashallah. So
Alhamdulillah.
yeah, so I just want to know. I want to know, like you're saying, everything seems to be clicking. All 3 lines are rolling, but if there are any gaps, like where are the gaps exactly? Like who are the gaps? More so.
I don't want to let off too much, like give away our secrets, let you know our weaknesses. But I will say we do have more forwards than D, and we have some forwards playing D. So you guys can try to exploit that. But up until now, all our forwards, our defense, they're buying into the system, and we do make mistakes. Everyone, we make our mistakes here and there, but the biggest thing is how we react after making those mistakes, right? And on the bench, everyone's calm, cool, collected, and buying into the system. So yeah, it's been great. all three lines.
Do you refer to them as bipositional?
Bipositional, yeah. Certain guys bipositional out there. Omar Sadat, Ahmed Mobin, even Moinadine. Like if needed, they can play D. Fahad's been killing it on draws, but I love him on defense too. I know he wants to play forward. Fahad, if you're watching this, we're gonna try and get you more minutes up there. But yeah, we need him on D.
The one thing that I also find really interesting too, Bilal, is I mean, you being my GM, I guess it was last season. One thing I really appreciate, and something that we're also hearing from some of the other players, is the amount of time you're giving players to play. So I mean, your players are seeing it or experiencing it. We're seeing it. The lines are rolling, and I think if you want to speak more to that, I think that personally, from my opinion, it seems like that's what's working for the team, and that's what where you get success from too.
Yeah, exactly. Like it only makes sense, right? If we have 9 forwards, and I think every single game we've either had like alhamdulillah 9-5 or 9-6. So having everyone there, the legs, like it works well to just roll the lines and keep it going. Like if we just tell one line to sit and roll 2 lines, then we're gonna get tired, right? And as long as the lines are balanced, everyone's doing their job, it works well. And yeah, it's been working well for us. So yeah, alhamdulillah, it's a combination, right, of luck and skill. So it's been working out for us so far.
How did Tukwal look with Adil Patel in the lineup?
Oh, they looked really good. They, like I said, I think they I don't know the exact shot count, but I'm pretty sure they outshot us. We had a really slow start. We had a couple guys come late because of traffic. So the goal they got, I'm trying to think. I think it was a scramble in front. And
What?
It was in the first half. Yeah, first half scramble in front. But yeah, like I think in the chat here I see Bilal shows faith in the team. Yeah, last 3 minutes I think. Third line has a offensive zone face-off against the first line. I didn't want to call a timeout, but Mac called a timeout, and I was like, Mac, why are you doing this, man? And then he was like, we're not changing them, don't worry. We just need to, like get in the other team's heads a bit. So Asan won the draw back. And then Imran or Moinadine, I think it was Imran. He passed it back to Sufyan, and it was a great shot.
That's a wicked story, by the way. That's sweet that you didn't change the lines, because like I would say 99% of the teams would actually probably switch the lines.
Yeah, you gotta trust your teammates, right? And
well,
it's not just us GMs. Inshallah, man. I loved playing with you last season. Iman was we almost got it, man. We were so close.
There you go, man. There you go.
Speaking of which, we got Dayab here calling out to you.
Hey, Dayab. I told him to hop on the podcast. Yeah,
he bailed last time.
This guy's a flop.
I mean, yeah, I know. Well, I guess you flopped too last time, but we won't say that too loud.
Yeah.
So wait, speaking of the game, then why don't we maybe just look at a few highlights from the game that our resident AV aficionado has put together. So I'm just gonna put this here and feel free to add commentary, guys.
There you go. That's a solid tip. You know what the worst part about playing against Bilal? If he was gonna be branded, it would just be annoying. He'd just be annoying.
But taking a shot like that from Asif,
wait, is that because of the mustache or?
No. I like the mustache. I'm team mustache.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Taking a shot like that from Asif, did it hurt your hands, or where did it hit you?
Yeah, somewhere on my hands. And the goalie was so much out of his paint. I got lucky that I don't know if it was Tony. He didn't call goaltender interference, but yeah, no. I think they hit me on my hand.
Clean.
Just totally out. There's no interference there. Great. Now let's see the second goal here.
Yeah, so see the goalie is screened there. I don't know who's in front there.
And it kind of went out on the outside of his leg.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, who is that? Who's 25?
I think it's Moinadine in front.
Yo, and look how upset Abu is.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Like he's pissed.
I think I don't know, man. Some of the suggestions that were coming in on Instagram, I think at that moment he knew he needed to find a new goaltender. Who knows?
No. Their goalie played awesome, man. He was
Yeah,
solid.
Musa's pretty strong, and even Sofian, I played with him last season on Yakin. And creds to him, he does the dirty work. He's goes under the radar, and definitely a nice brother to have on the team. And getting that
Exactly.
game goal.
Yeah.
What a shot, man! What a shot.
Yeah, he's another guy can play forward or D. So yeah, that's the thing. We have a lot of bi-positional guys on the team, like you said, Salman.
There you go.
All right. With that, why don't we move on to the second game of the night? It was Iman and Rida here. So, does anyone want to talk about this game, Abdullah?
Yeah, I caught most of this game. So the game started pretty well. Iman was coming off, I believe, being shut out 2 games in a row. So the pressure really was on them. And Rida had some of their guys back from suspension. I believe Waqar was back, Mohamed Saleh was back. So I think last week we actually the podcast crew actually gave it in favor of Rida. Seeing that Iman was coming off of 2 losses and Rida was getting their guys back. So, the game started, I believe Altaf, Adam chipped it to Altaf. Altaf walked in and gave like a quick dump pass to Omar Hussein in front. And, he went forehand, backhand on Shiraz Mahmoud and scored a beautiful goal.
Nasty goal. Yeah.
I think that was pretty early on in the game. I believe like 40 seconds into the game. So, Isawi is calling us out, saying that we're wrong again. But hey, look, we have all you guys.
Wasn't he on the podcast?
Yeah, actually, yeah, he was on the podcast last week.
Yeah, I was the one who said that they wouldn't win.
I don't know.
I said that, and then as I walked on to play my game, he looked at me. He's like, "You were wrong." And
Yeah, man.
I guess I was.
Whoever edited the video for the goal, they got Adam Sellian at the end where he's like dancing. That was funny.
I had to include
After
that.
Omar's goal.
I had to include that. Yeah.
Why don't we take a look at some of the highlights here?
For sure.
This looks like it's Iman's first goal. Wow, look at that deep by Omar.
Yeah, he bit hard. For us, by bit.
It was a nice backhand. And both goals kind of pretty much on the rush too. There wasn't really much of a cycle going on. So, and I guess on both goals, was it an odd man rush both times? If you take a look at
Omar's
this.
was basically a breakaway.
Yeah. So odd man pretty much. It was 2-on-1.
Yeah.
You got a breakaway, and then oops. Let me just go back. This is again another 2-on-1. The defenseman came back, but
Like that's the thing.
There's Waqar too. I don't know if there's a defenseman.
That's the thing though, right? Like with Iceland, like everyone stresses about having the perfect pass, perfect shot. Literally 95% of the goals are just hardworking plays, right? Like you'll get maybe an odd man rush at the first goal, but
That's a nice shot. Mufti. Oh no. So who's the goalie? It's not Mufti, is it?
It is
Goalie.
Mufti. It is Mufti.
Yeah. Looks short for Mufti from this angle. But yeah,
Because you're so high up.
Yeah, he probably should wishes he had that. I mean, went off his glove into the net, right? And that's something he would have probably caught. So, but I guess it didn't really have an impact on the game. Maybe it impacted his Player of the Week nomination. Who knows? But I guess it worked out well for him, for Iman. So, what does Rida do from here? So they've lost 2 games in a row, and one obviously because they were severely short bench because a bunch of guys went home early, had suspensions, things like that. Then they come in against a shorthand or a struggling Iman team, let's say, who came off 2 straight games with a shutout, and they're probably due to score a couple of goals, but they lose a close one. Like, is this something they should be concerned about going into the Ramadan break? They only have 1 game, or they're not even playing tomorrow night. So they're going into the Ramadan break having 2 losses after a relatively hot start. Do you think they should be active now going to the trade deadline?
I think for sure. They started off pretty well. Coming off 2 losses. Obviously, one of them was a write-off. They had like 1 guy on the bench, but still. Maybe that big, huge blow is really impacted the team morale. And the guys that were there that game, were maybe they were feeling it this game. But I definitely think it's a little bit too early to maybe just panic and just start clearing house. But maybe each team has 3 moves that they're allowed to make. Maybe one move, one player, might be the thing that Rida needs to do to maybe change their slump. They won't even play tomorrow, so they're not going to be playing until after Ramadan. So Waqar, Salman, Furqan, they have a lot to think about over this Ramadan, and maybe they'll be making dua to maybe change their luck these last couple of games this Ramadan. So
The thing to keep in mind, though, is you can't really sit and wait too long, because the trade deadline is essentially right after Ramadan, before week 9, which is the first game after Ramadan. So, they're not playing tomorrow night, so they kind of need to figure out whether they're happy with their team or not right now. Otherwise, they're going to be stuck with that team.
I don't think anyone from Cambridge is coming, but hopefully these GMs come out tomorrow night and just check out some of the players and see if they're out. If they come out tomorrow night, then maybe they're doing some scouting.
Maybe we'll see. Bilal, anything to add on this for the team here?
No, nothing really to add. I think, not me, but I know Mac or Taib, one of them reached out to Waqar before and asked him if, they were shopping anyone, because we had our eyes on one of their players, but they said untouchable. They want to keep the team the same until playoffs. So that might have changed now. That was a couple weeks back.
please enlighten us. Who is this? Who is this?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
I can't say. Sorry,
I
mom
have my
word, I can't
bets.
say.
I have my bets. I think it's I think it's the second star in that game right here. But I honestly think
Not
that
him.
not him. Okay, it might be his
No.
buddies are here. So
Love Mo Saleh. That was a nice goal, but no, it wasn't him.
I think every team would be I guess Mohamed Saleh is here. Any one of their star picks. Any team would kind of want them. So it makes sense. You guys reached out. Whoever it was.
Mo Saleh, though, right? Mo Saleh.
Adil Patel calling out Cambridge a little bit about not really being a place with anything going on. So he's encouraging the guys to come up to the hangar tomorrow night. So we'll see if they bite.
Yeah.
All right. Third game of the night, we have Ikhlas versus Haya, which ended in a 1-1 tie. Salman, you played in this game. Well, Abdullah, you played in this game too, but when both of you guys take turns on this, and then we can play the video pack.
I forgot Abdullah played on this game, but don't worry, man. No one knew I played that game either. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry. You know what? I thought we had a really, really good chance to take this 1-0. We went into the second half with the 1 goal. Like, we felt good about it. I think it was a unfortunate penalty by Ali Wadi. I mean, Ali also kind of acknowledged the fact that he didn't think that the ref would see it, but the ref will see it if you pick up a stick and throw it across the ring. So unfortunately, it was a untimely penalty that we took, and they capitalized on it. I think obviously Ali Khwaja, he had a little bit of a trouble just getting that ball tucked in. He didn't see it, kind of slipped through. Honestly, Haya did not deserve to win, in my opinion. And it's strictly because they were tired, man. They were kneeling on the floor, like they were legitimately tired. So we were running hard around them, towards them, but I think they're probably happy that it was a 1-1 tie, because that was a game that we let go, unfortunately.
I don't think it was that. I don't think it was we didn't deserve. We definitely were in that second period. Having players like Hamza Chaudhry, RC, Ali Wadi. I think that penalty actually from Ali at the end of the game was his first time It was his first time off the rink that whole game. He with Ayaz suspended, he literally played the entire first period and then the entire second period leading up to his penalty. So for someone like that to be able to control the game for half an hour, 30 minutes straight, it's really made it tough on us. And so we were definitely feeling it, definitely tired. Every time Hamza kind of came up, we kind of knew that we had to, stay back and not, pinch as much. But, I think in the first period we had more shots than them, than Ikhlas actually. I believe Maju was calling it out on the microphone, but it was like 11-5 for shots. I had like an empty net, like one timer that Zaid Khalir passed to me, and I somehow like missed it, or RC blocked it or something like that. I had like a partial breakaway. I got tripped on. I think Zoo tripped me. We had a power play, and once again we couldn't capitalize on the power play. So, at the end of the game, alhamdulillah, like it was already going in. Hamoudi really just stole Zaid's goal.
Dude, I don't even know if it was his goal.
Yeah.
Technically, like it was kind of like over the line, but
it was literally on the line. Hamoudi wanted to get his first of the season, and Zaid was already on a scoring streak. So I'm sure Zaid will let Hamoudi get that one. But nonetheless, we really kind of stuck in there, and that power play. If you're gonna throw someone's stick, make sure Tony's not looking. You never know what Tony's gonna call in the hanger, literally. But that's another story. But I think we kind of toughed it out, and I think a 1-1 result was pretty fair for us. We were missing Yusuf Siddiqui, who's our probably our best forward this season. And so it's good to get scoring out of Hamoudi, who's our first round pick. So inshallah we're unbeaten in 3 games now, I think. So inshallah we can take this forward.
yeah.
Were you subtly calling out Hamoudi to say it was good to get some scoring out of him?
No, that's actually one of the podcast topics. One of the podcast topics from last week was how is Haya still in 3rd place or 4th place, and they have no goals from Akib or Hamoudi. So I think Mobeen was the one that mentioned that topic to talk about. So I think it's starting to turn now, and inshallah this game before the break we can go in a bit stronger, maybe even go for that 2nd place standing. So only time will tell, and inshallah we're able to do it. I think we can watch the highlight video. You can see Naeem Malik celebrate right in front of Ali Khawaja.
The disrespect.
Pretty funny
Well,
celebration,
yeah.
but we'll see.
Why
Hey
don't we take a
Abdullah,
look?
sorry.
Go ahead.
Did you say that Zaid Khalir passed it to you for the one timer?
Yes, he passed
If
it.
you're gonna lie, at least make it believable, man. There's no way Zaid Khalir made a pass.
Hey man, he's he's a different player when he wears that Haya gray, man. It's the Haya hustle.
Yeah, you know what? It kind of seems like he doesn't care a little bit. Like part of me is like I was watching him play, and it seemed like he was having a good time, and he like could have cared less whether he won or lost.
Every single time he got the ball, he tried chipping it over the defender. Like he literally
He does the keep ups, right? Yeah.
tried chipping it over Hamza like 4 times, and every single time
That's
Hamza
his signature move.
put his shoulder into him. Yeah,
So-
he got past like RC or Ali or someone to make that goal. But yeah, it honestly in the change room we were making fun of kind of how he was trying to chip it over everyone.
Because they know how they play, right? And what's funny, I feel like a lot of these like hyped up players that come into the league, everyone's like, "Oh man, these players are crazy." And you know what? They might like have a bunch of goals, but by the 2nd and 3rd season, people kind of figure them out a little bit. And I know he's not playing in the season, but Adil Chauhan was one of those guys. Like I feel like people started figuring him out a little bit too. But yeah, it's interesting. It's funny. But before we move on from this game, I just want to like talk about the last 3 seconds. If we can just quickly talk about that, because I think the last 3 seconds, obviously, Ikhlas is we want the win. We really want the win. We as much as there is a Haya hustle, there's also there's a Ikhlas hustle too. I think
Class intensity.
Yeah, there you go. You're good with the rhymes. Good.
Wow, that was a good one.
That was a good one. We should coin that. So, I mean, I think, yeah, to your point, Imad, we play intense until the end of the game. I mean, I don't play intense because I'm sitting on the bench in the last 3 seconds, but I definitely see the other guys playing intense. And the thing is, like, in the last 3 seconds, there's still an opportunity to score. And I think there was a little bit of a scuffle at the end, thinking that there would be a little bit of aggression or whatnot. But really, at the end of the day, it's just playing hard and trying to get the goal, because if we had scored in those last 3 seconds, then we would have won the game. So I think Some people need to chill out.
Yeah, man. You know, the OC did review it, or Doc did review it. The disciplinary committee, obviously, nothing came from it. It's just a hard play, and I think at the same time, just I guess, yeah, making sure that we're aware till the final buzzer, because it's if you have the ball with 1 second left, most of the time someone might let you go, but if you have the ball, you should be expecting contact, especially if you have someone running up on you. So
And that's all it is.
And it's also to have awareness of where you are in the game, right? And also if someone's going to be in a little bit of a vulnerable position and things like that. So all around, I think everyone can adjust and learn from this. But nothing really wrong happened. But at the end of the day, we're all here to play hockey and have fun. We're not pros or anything, or getting paid for it. So just be careful out there, guys.
for sure, I think we can watch the highlights for this one too.
Yeah, let me just pull this up here.
Clean face off, and I think Hamza might be the best.
I literally didn't see that.
He's the best.
Let's do that again.
He's the best face-off guy.
Yeah, he's the best face-off taker.
Fast as lightning.
Yeah. Aki was pretty solid too, so to be
Right there to the point.
clean. Oh, Salman, is that you throwing the ball back in the net? They don't know where to go.
Yeah, I did do that. I called out O'Mary last week, being like, "Yo, that's a dirty play," and I did the exact same thing.
And then this was Zaid. Oh man, that was basically it.
What,
Man.
two?
Nah, he had that, I think. It was like rolling slowly. If Ali moved his leg back in, he could have saved that.
Yo, can we watch it one more time?
Which one? The one where you just slam it in? See, the ball's there, and then it stops.
Oh man, that looks.
I don't even think he touched it after it went over the line, actually, looking at that replay.
Hey man, it's not our call, man. It's whatever Tony calls, So
Yeah, we're not doing video review for scoring plays, guys. Just so you know,
and guys,
it
please,
is what ends up on the score sheet. That's what happens. So
yeah, guys, please
don't come asking for
after the
review on
game.
this stuff.
Please don't come after the game and be like, "Yo, we have video footage in." We're not checking that until like 5-6 days after the game. So
just to kind of reply to Zoo's comment, someone was on the floor and had no clue. Yeah, because the shot was that hard, that quick. I literally had no clue. And the reason I actually tapped it in was not because I thought I just thought maybe we didn't score and that the play was dead. I don't know. I just put it in the back of that just in case it didn't go in. So that was it. But yeah.
Great. Okay, then let's go to our final game of the night last week, which was Yakin coming out with a 3-1 win over Isan. Anyone want to talk about this game?
Yeah, I can talk about it a bit. I got some of the beginning, but this was another game that Isan was kind of struggling a bit. Coming up against Yakin, who's also not undefeated, but still in second place in a very strong position. It was a pretty interesting game. The first goal by Umair Ngar, Mohamed Shabir Umair stripped it off of I believe, actually I have no idea who it was, but he stripped it off the defenseman, passed it to Mohamed Shabir Patel. Mohamed Shabir Patel made a couple of dangles and gave like a beautiful.
He dangles like all the time. Like he's probably the best dangler in the league.
Yeah, for sure. And he gave a wide open pass. Umair sniped it, right on Black Bear. He was out of position. Great goal and great play by Mohamed Shabir Patel. And then the second goal, I believe, was just it was similar to Sufyan's goal in the Subber game, where it was a defenseman at the blue line. It was Mohamed Suleiman Patel, and he, really threw it towards the goalie. Black Bear was screened, and it went into that bottom corner. And so, yeah, the 3-1 goal or the 2-1 goal, it was Rizwan Kalir, Omar Mahmoud, or Khalil Koker. One of them passed it up onto the boards. He ran in, and we've seen him do that so many times in Islam, where if you give him a corner, if you even give him an inch, he'll make the most of it. And so, I think the goalie on Yakin was cheating a little bit on his post, on that far post, and Riz banked it off the post and put his team back into it. But then, Mohamed Shabir Patel, unassisted on that third goal. It was an absolute snipe on the top corner. And it was honestly a great goal. At the end of this
How's
game,
that unassisted?
it was unassisted. I think he stripped it off one of the players on
I thought it was
Islam
like a pass
and
across.
walked in and sniped it. So there was no assist on the score sheet. Maybe someone gave him a pass and whatever. But yeah, you can maybe watch the highlights for this game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just before we run the highlights, I got to give a call out to Daniel Sayed. I mean, he was on the third line and he was hustling like crazy. So I don't know if this is the first week or the previous. I missed the game the week before, but he's playing center now, and this guy runs like crazy and doesn't give up. And maybe a little bit of coaching from the team from earlier in the season, but he's really become an asset for our team on the third line and gives us a lot of speed. And what that ends up being is you end up tiring the other team out. You keep the ball out of our zone, out of our defensive zone and the offensive zone. So it really helps them. That's really driving our third line and really has an impact. So that frees up the first and second line to score. But I guess if the second line, if Maz could get his act together and score, then that would be true. But why don't we take a look at the video here? Oh, this is the goal I'm thinking of. That's not Shabir Patel. That's Omarian Good.
But MP passed it to him.
The title text here.
Please ignore that, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was rushing making this one.
It's teasing you, man. It's great to have the video.
I'm pretty sure this one. I don't know. I swear I put that one in. Let's see if this one in.
Dude,
It's
there
a
you
shot
go.
from far
Okay.
out.
Okay, so it's just that first goal.
That was like a floater that went in, right? I mean, if you look at that again,
From behind the blue line.
yeah, I think he was surprised that it actually went in.
But I think that also just shows
Well, he had 3 players in front of the goal too, so
Yeah. And well,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You don't know what's going to happen. You got to put it on net.
yeah.
Next is going to be Isan's lone goal.
surprising enough, there are only 2 or 3 goals scored on this camera the entire night. Every single goal was on camera, one of those.
Floor is tilted. Yeah, I guess maybe Zephyr probably wanted that back. He doesn't look too impressed with himself.
All I know is that Hassan seems really frustrated. When I watch Hassan, it's really frustrating to watch him. Because you would think that they'd be a lot better than what they actually are.
Grips a player and he
It's
walks
so
him.
weird. It's so weird.
Guys, ignore title text here. I swear I updated this one.
Clearly not.
I didn't even notice, dude.
No, it literally. Oh, okay. It didn't save. I'm really sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's great to have the video.
Yeah, next week I'll have him. And also, guys, please forgive me if I miss any highlights or anything. I'm still new to this video editing stuff, so give me a break, please.
Hey, you know what? It's a luxury to be able to have it. It's not like we'll try and do our best to have it as often as possible, but sometimes life gets in the way, and it's tough to get this all together. So don't fret it, Abdullah. It's a nice bonus for sure, and I'm sure the guys appreciate whatever you're able to put together.
Thanks, Ismail. Thanks, guys. Salman, are we gonna talk about the player of the week first, or are we gonna talk about
Let's quickly talk about the player of the week. Let's quickly.
player of the week?
Yeah, because I want to get to
And maybe some
I want to get to
trade.
the next. Yeah.
Okay,
One and
here we
only
have.
Shabir Patel.
Bro, this guy right here. Can I just say one thing? He has silky smooth hands. I don't know what lotion he's using, but my goodness, silky smooth. It's crazy. It is actually crazy. Good for him.
Okay, how do you follow that up?
He's a great player. I think great great passer, and he has that absolute snipe. He has it on him. So I think every team when he's on needs to have that extra alert. But when you have players like Mohammad Patel, Mohammad Shabir Patel, both Mohammad Patels, and Farouk Khan, both Farouk Khans, like that team is honestly, when you look at that roster, it honestly kind of shakes some teams. So I think they're really just going for it this year. And let's see. Only one team, Mr. Sabare here, Mr. Bilal Muhaddin, his team was the only team that's been able to stop them from my Haya also we did tie them, but no team's been able to take them down. So definitely a team to watch out for.
Great. So he's going to be our GC Burger Player of the Week, and he's going to get a nice little package from GC Burger, a gift card. So I'm sure he'll have a good time with his boys from Malton. So thank you to GC Burger. And then
do we have any trades to talk about? Salman, is there any juicy stuff coming in the Instagram story?
There's so many. There's so many. Can I just start? Listen, we'll do a quick rapid fire, okay? Because Iman's gonna be like, guys, the podcast is too long. So let's just do it quick. Let's just do it.
It's been a good podcast. We have videos and things, so this is not bad. True. I don't think we have like 30 guys on the podcast right now. This is like we're back in business, guys.
We're cream of the crop. Hey, you know what it is? It's not us. It's Bilal's mustache.
It's a mustache.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's the money maker right there.
Everyone, drop your trade predictions. Anything in the comments.
Yeah, if you're still with us. But as the fellas do that on the YouTube comments. So Dawood Siddiqui to Haya for who? I don't know. Next one, Hamoudi for Altaf Panchari. What do you think about that one, guys?
I don't think Iman would do it. I think Altaf has that edge on him. He was a GM last year. He won in the summer as well. So coming off 2 back-to-back chips. All respect to Hamoudi. Great teammate. He's on my line. Obviously, I would, I'd love to play with Altaf again, but I don't think that would be a trade that Adam and the crew would be looking to do.
I think Iman is gonna appreciate his speed a lot more than Hamoudi's size, and they like that run and gun style. And plus, they already have Omar Hussein down the middle, so Hamoudi would have to drop it down to the second line, and I just don't know if he fits into their style.
Yeah, whoever gave that suggestion, really dumb and stupid. It was Abdullah.
He's trading away his own teammate.
I thought this was anonymous.
This guy talked about how it won't happen for like 2 minutes, and then he's doing that.
Okay, I'm not saying the rest. I'm not going to tell the names of the rest.
Bilal, you had something to say?
Okay. Next one. Yeah, sorry, Bilal. Were you going to say something?
No. I was just gonna say I don't think Iman would do it because they love playing with Altaf. But both players are solid. It would be a good deal, but I don't think it'll happen.
Well, what about Saleh for Altaf? Because they have similar playing styles too, right?
Yeah, I don't know. If Waqar changes his mind and wants to move some guys around, then maybe. But again, I don't think Iman will do it. Like I think they'll say no to whoever. So
because Saleh played with Iman last season, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
And Altaf played with Waqar when they won in fall season.
Yeah, you're right.
So
yeah.
I could see like a big trade like that happening, especially if both teams, like if Iman comes out and something happens tomorrow night.
Yeah, that'd be a blockbuster too. That'd be.
Who suggested that one? That's an interesting, juicy one. I could see that happen.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't release the names.
Okay.
Bilal, question for you. Who would you give up for Asawi?
Huh. Who requested that one?
I can't say.
Oh, okay. Well, can I say? It was me, guys.
Yeah.
No, I don't know who would give up for Isawi, but we'd love to have him on the team. We've offered Adam, Zach, and Omar, but they won't budge. We'd give up a forward because, like I said, we have too many forwards, not enough D, and Isawi's solid. I put that in the IG because I thought he'd be on the podcast with us, but I think he's probably watching or something. But no, we'd give up a forward. Not gonna name names though. Yeah.
What about Ismail Mandra for Mr. Abdullah Patel?
I don't know.
Okay,
what do you think, Ben?
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
It seems like Abdullah has a lot to say.
You know what? Whatever happens, I love playing with Luke. I love playing with Akib and the Haya team. I think Haya Hustle's, it's not meant for everyone. So it's definitely it's great to kind of play with them. Good leaders. So I like where I am right now. So
If you're talking about hustle, I mean you're talking about how they hustle and how they run back and forth probably. But when I saw you were huffing and puffing, Abdullah, I feel like this is part of you wanting to get off that team.
no.
It's the Haya Huff and Puff.
I literally got like thrown in front of the net. I believe, I don't know by who, but I was watching the footage and I as soon as I hit my leg, I was done for the game. And so I was limping off the floor, man.
All right.
Well, we'll see what the excuse is tomorrow night.
So
Wow.
what about Mohammed Qadri for Bilal Alvi?
Again, I don't think they'll do it just because Bilal Alvi, Adam Ahmed, first cousins. Adam won't trade him. But no, it'll be a good trade still. I just don't think he'll do it.
And then, by the way, Abdullah, a lot of people think you want out of Haya.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Are the rumors true?
We've
Or do
got that
do they
comment
think-
twice.
Wait, do they think that actually Haya wants out from Abdullah?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that could be true
Are you
too.
serious?
That could be true too. Have you scored this season, Abdullah?
Yeah, I have like 2 goals, I think.
Okay. So your stock market, the stock
tough to
is
count that
is
high.
doing well. You get
Yeah, I
something.
don't
You
know.
get something good in return for you, right? Okay. Yaya Inger for Zahir Kazi.
I suggested this trade, not gonna lie, but basically it wasn't just for random. Takwa is sitting in last or second last. They definitely need to make a change. They already brought in Adil, who I think continuing staying on healthy for the rest of the season. Definitely, come playoff time with a shortened bench, they'll definitely be able to get things done. And so, maybe they'll be looking to, get Zahir, another Molten player that they're very familiar with, who was on, their team last year. But, that's just something that maybe we'll see. I don't know. I know Abu Manja definitely has, his trades lined up, and they're not one to make a lot of trades, but when you're sitting in that pressure spot to be in that play-in qualification game in the quarterfinals, maybe it's something that you kind of do.
So, yeah, I'm gonna call it for a bag of pucks. We play ball hockey, not even pucks, so that makes it even funnier. So the other one, which I think is pretty interesting, Zayd Clare for Asad Bika. That's an interesting one.
I already said he was in pass. Sorry, Zayd. No, I like our line with Muhib and Asif, and I think we want to keep it.
So just on that
but,
though, Bilal, I got a question or I have a question around that. So
Yeah.
Asif and Muhib were together last season and GMing together, and it did not go well. And now this season, all of a sudden, they've turned it around. What's the difference here? Is it just the pressure of not being GMs? But it
might be that, but I also think sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I also just think it's a mentality change. Like I think now they're out there and they have something to prove. They don't like that last season they didn't get it done. So now they're both motivated. They're both winners, right? And they're very driven to win. So they'll do like on our team. I think Muhib likes playing with his brother Naeem, and he's a good playmaker on their line. So he sets them up well. And just shooting from everywhere. That's what I tell them to do. And they've been scoring, right? They've been filling the other team's nets with balls. So it's good. I don't know what's different, but I would say it's their mentality. That's what I think, at least.
Good to know.
Yo, first of all,
Thanks, RF. Appreciate it.
I don't know
agree with
who.
Arif. I agree with them.
Yeah, Bilal, you've been great, man.
Thanks, man.
So, who did you message, Abdullah? I feel like all the trades are for you. Even someone else said Farouk Sani for Abdullah Patel. They'll never do it. They'll never
I-
do it. But
That was definitely probably Ismail Malik.
it wasn't.
It wasn't okay.
No.
So it has to have been people that are, I don't know, maybe they're throwing digs at me, but I don't think I think my performances this season have been not as good as in past seasons. So maybe my stock isn't as high. Farouk had a pretty sick goal a couple weeks ago. One thing that just there was a trade that I didn't want to submit to the Instagram page. I didn't want to get blocked by Mobeen. It was Salman Azmat for Ahmed Mobeen. Bilal, what are your thoughts on that, man?
Yo, make that trade, bro. Make that trade.
If I could get someone, I loved having someone on our team back on Iman, but not from Mobeen. Not from. I love having Mobeen too. Mobeen's
Oh, man.
awesome.
I mean,
Yeah, but Mobeen, he's another guy, forward and defense. Yeah, he's a really strong player. So
Yeah,
but I'd love to have Salman in some way.
Well, you still have me, bro. You still have me, right?
Yeah,
man.
I know,
Mobeen hustles and he also scored. So I mean, I get it. He's a good player.
All right, so why don't we do a quick check on what the schedule is tomorrow night and wrap this thing up? What do you guys think?
Yeah, sounds
For
good.
sure.
Man.
Let's do it.
All right, so just a reminder, there are only 3 games tomorrow night. That's because Rida and Sabr did play in week 1, and then we had to cancel the rest of the games because of the snowstorm. So just to even out the schedule, because tomorrow night is going to be a repeat of week 1. Rida and Sabr are going to have the night off. So the first game of the night is going to be Isan versus Haya. Just a quick word, who do we think is coming out on top?
I'm gonna give it to my team. I'm gonna think that we're undefeated in 3, 2 wins, 1 tie. I think tomorrow we're gonna come out there and get it done. Isan's struggling a bit. No trades from Dawood, so I think we'll.
Yeah, which is surprising. He hasn't any trades because honestly, as much of a good team as he has, they're really not that good if they're playing the way they're playing. And you know what? I actually want Isan to win.
Wow.
So no, I do. Like I really want them to win. So for that reason, I gotta go with Haya's gonna win.
Okay.
Because last week I did not pick Iman, and Iman ended up winning. So hey, Haya's gonna win this coming week.
Wow.
All right.
I know you guys are saying that Dawood won't do any trades, but he's another guy just like Waqar, and I respect it, right? Trusting in your team. Like he's another guy that will say, my guys are untouchable. Like I want to roll with them till playoffs, and yeah, I respect that.
Bro, he's
but
never
for
won an
tomorrow-
Iceland champ.
He's
It's not
too
working,
loyal.
bro. It's not
He's too
working.
loyal.
Loyalty's a
Game
good
2
trait.
Game 2 of the night is Ikhlas versus Iman. Bilal, what do you think about this game?
Oh, it's gonna be a good game, man. Hamza RC versus all the other Tigers, Greenbirds guys. So Adam, Omar. I'd say it's gonna be a really close game. I think Ikhlas comes out on top, just because I think Junaid's gonna have a big game. That's who I'm calling out for a big game. I think he's gonna score a goal and have a big game.
Inshallah, man.
You're here first.
Inshallah.
And then the last game of the night, which is also being billed as the game of the night, Malton versus Malton. You have Yaqeen versus Taqwa.
I'm gonna say Taqwa wins this game, guys. I'm gonna say Adil Patel has the night of his life. He goes back to his form. He scores like 4 goals, wins Player of the Week, and then at the end of the day, they all go home in the same car and they all hop on Fortnite together.
Was it driving like a minibus or?
I don't know, man. Like all of those, if there's a Malton game going on, everyone that had a game before that's from Malton will stay and watch because that's their rides home, or it's the other way around. So I think Taqwa comes on top. I think Arif saying big brother versus little brother, Adil and Dippy. So I honestly
Wait, are we talking big in terms of size or age or?
It's
the opposite,
age,
right?
Age, yeah. But age, and then it's the opposite for But honestly, Adil is I've been on his team before, and I saw him great player. And same with Mohamed Patel and Mohamed Shabir Patel. I think I played with every single one of those guys. But I'm picking Taqwa to come on top just because I don't know. I gotta go for the underdog.
Yeah. I personally feel like the obvious choice is Yaqeen, man. They're rolling, dude. They're rolling. So I would go with Yaqeen. And kind of to piggyback off of Sue's comment here, I picked Malton to win that one. I mean, whether you win or lose, Malton wins. You know.
Exactly.
You know what? Regardless of what happens, I think it's going to be a really fun game to watch. So you know what? If you guys are playing at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, stick around for the 10 o'clock game because you're not going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
So on that note, thank you very much, everyone, especially Bilal for coming on to the podcast. We'd love to have you again. You heard the fans, the people want you, man. So you're gonna have to.
Thanks
come
a
back.
lot for having me, guys. Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, and yeah, I had a great time. So yeah, inshallah, I'm down for another time.
Inshallah.
Awesome.
Nice.
We'll hold you to that, inshallah. So we'll see. Everyone have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow, inshallah.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.